happy we all fit in here without any problem. Moved a few little pieces of furniture out of the way. And here we are, we're all together. And thank you all so much for coming and celebrating this wonderful evening with Carol. I'm so proud of you, Carol, and that your ability to sit down and write a book, and 2 books at that, is totally amazing to me. So congratulations, and I hope that all of you will buy Carol's books and think about them for Mother's Day. All right, Nels, good for you.
And you'll sign them, of course.
And Carol's going to be signing them for you afterwards. And thank you very much. And now I would like to introduce Carol, who's going to tell you some wonderful things. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear Sister Judy, who made this all.
I need light.
You need light.
I really need light.
Okay, just 1 second. We'll try it again. We've got to get the right lighting, so this is all.
Yeah, that light over there. How's that?
Yeah, I'll take more. Okay, I can live with that. That's fine. Thank you, Judy.
Thank you, my dear Sister Judy. This is just a blessing to be here and to have all of you wonderful people, you amazing people that came out tonight. But it's Judy that said, why don't you just have this party at my house? I said, oh, Judy, you don't want to have all these people, blah, blah. Oh, yes, I want everybody. I said, okay, so that's how we all got here. So thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity, Judy. And to my children, who flew in from all over the world. I want you to know that. My daughter Leslie, stand up, Leslie, say hi. My son Eric, this is the order they were. Stand up, Eric, stand up. And my little baby Roger. So thank you all, you amazing news. Okay, so we're here for a reason. I did write that book, okay? What I did was I wrote a recipe for good, healthy living based on having a good, healthy spirit. For those of us that want to live in 2013 and not back then with our regrets, our mistakes, and our lost dreams. Now you might say, well, who am I to write a book? You know, what makes me different than all the other self-help authors out there? And goodness knows there's hundreds and hundreds of us. I'm going to tell you what, much to my admittance, I am the oldest self-help book author living. So at 77 years old, I have a lot more experience than all those people. Okay, so I wrote the book. Well, let me say this to you. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. But I did have the ability to take my life experiences, my life lessons. I did 2 years of intensive research to back up all of my thoughts and ideas. And I was able to put it all down in a book. And it's a good book. And there's no other book out there like mine. It's an easy read. It's almost like if you were talking to your friend. It doesn't have any hidden graphs and charts that you have to, figure out for yourself and formulas. So really and truly, it's almost like you're having a conversation with someone. And it's just a recipe for you to follow. Now here's my dream, that next to you for the rest of your life on your night table will be a copy of my book. So let's say you get up in the middle of the night, okay? And you really have this terrible problem. Oh my God, I had a fight with my friend. Or, gee, am I supposed to take something that I didn't take? Or, a million things that go through our minds in the middle of the night. So what you'll do is you'll put on a lamp, you'll reach over, and you'll pick up Here Comes Amazing You. You'll open up to the particular chapter, because there's 49 of them. 49 terrific ideas for a bigger, better, happier, healthier, sexier, more vibrant lifestyle. So you're going to have your choice, and you're going to put on the lamp and look at the chapter, and you're going to say, my God, how did she know this? Oh my God, how did she know this about me? I can't even believe it, all right? Because what it is, there are everyday topics. And so many people have already said to me, well, I know that. I already know that. Well, of course you know that. My book is written about life experiences that we go through every day. But the point is, have you put these ideas and these thoughts into action? And that's it. And I say that if you just have if you get one little tiny idea from the book, just a little sentence or some word, then that would change your life or open up your mind, then my book is a success. So, it's going to make you laugh. You know why? Because you're going to see you on the pages. And once again, you're going to say, wow, she really hit it right on the head. But it's just about our life. So, I just want to make sure. Okay. It's also a wake-up call. Since I wrote my last book, which was about 6 years ago, our lifespan has grown. Up until about 7 years ago, my book was written for 50 to 75-year-olds. Now it's written to 100. And really, our lifespans with good health and following the right kind of formula to keep us in good shape, we have the opportunity now to live to be 100 years old. So if you leave with nothing else tonight, I want you all to know you're all going to live to 100. But here's the question. What are you going to be doing to 100 years old? Do you have enough money? Do you have enough thoughts? Do you have enough ideas? Do you have enough dreams to keep you from having a boring life? You got to really think about that and put yourself into action if that's what you need. I believe in retirement. I think it's an absolutely wonderful thing to be able to retire if that's what you want to do, as long as you're not sitting and saddening and medicating. So that's that. Now, the book is also for the younger people in the room, or the younger people, in the world that are going to buy my book. The world, of course. And for them, they're going to learn more about what's to come to them. And also, they'll be able to understand their parents and their grandparents a lot better. So it's going to be a terrific book for them to read too. But tonight I'm going to address more or less my contemporaries. And this is the question that I want to ask my contemporaries. Has going to doctors become your new social life? I have never seen anything like it, okay? Doctor's appointments. Can you go out to lunch with me? Oh, no. Why not? I have a doctor's appointment. Are you going to come play cards or do anything that's fun? Oh, no. I have a doctor's appointment. Can't you possibly make the doctor's appointment at a time that we're not going to play mahjong? Absolutely not. My doctor comes first. That's all there is. If my doctor wants to see me, then that's all there is to it, okay? So people are now spending time instead of having fun. And by the way, we all need our doctors, okay? We all need our doctors. I have great respect for them and whatever they're going to, whatever we need them for. But if we are in relatively good health, do we actually have to line the waiting room with doctor's appointments just to make sure everything is okay and miss out on all the fun and all the activities in the world just to sit with your doctor? And what about medication? You can open up a medicine cabinet and all of a sudden pills will hit you in the face in some people's homes. And you say, well, what is that for? Oh, I don't know, my doctor offered it to me. But gee, what is it for? Well, I don't know. It's preventative. It's something that, I should be taking. Oh, really? Does anybody know what the downside is of medication? So this is what I say. All of this, and believe me, last week I came down with bronchitis. I ran to the doctor. Please give me a drug, please. I gotta get rid of what I have. But honestly, ordinarily, we do over-medicate too much. We do go to doctors too much, and that's the way that I see it with my friends. Now, coming back to medication, we do get old, we do get sicker, but does that mean that we have to be old? Throw in your pills for passion. I'm not just talking about sex, even though even though I truly believe in that. I mean passion for something you love to do. Take my friend Jean, she's not here tonight, okay? About a year ago, she took up French and she fell in love with the language. And tonight, where she is, she told her husband that she, of 40 years, that she was going to take a sabbatical and she was going to go to Aix-en-Provence, France, and she was going to live with a French family and speak French. And this is where she is tonight. So that's what I mean by passion, okay? Now we're going to take my friend Arlene, and she's going to be the first one to tell you this. Arlene got married for the very first time in her life at age 70. Gloria, they say that people at a certain age can no longer wear spiked heels. Well, I have to tell you, Gloria gets up in the morning. She doesn't put on her sneakers. She puts on her spiked heels, and that's how she walks all over New York City all day long. Gloria, take a stage. I know your shoes. Okay. But they're comfortable. It's just comfortable. I have a friend, Susan. Susan is a renowned sculptress. She's a renowned sculptress, artist, painter. She entertains daily. She lives with a very handsome younger man, all from a wheelchair. And she wasn't born that way. So this is what I'm trying to say. Oh, glasses. And don't break the lamp with the shit. And then there's my grandmother. My grandmother, Mother Dear as I called her, she got married for the third time at 82 years old. And we kids would say, do you think they're having sex? Well, I have to tell you, in case anybody doesn't know about seniors, we do have sex, and probably better sex, because we're less inhibited, and we know our bodies more. Now, have you ever heard a woman talk that's single? There's nobody out there for me. There's absolutely nobody out there for me. And you look at this person, you wonder why. And I'm going to tell you why. There's nobody out there for them because they don't want there to be somebody out there for them. There are such wonderful places to meet other people now. You can, online dating, putting your photo up and connecting with someone else is just a wonderful thing to do. Now, don't tell Jim I'm going to talk about him now, okay? But he was, don't tell him, all right, please. But he was sitting and minding his own business. And I walked over to him, this is about a year ago, and I spoke to him, I said something to him. I hadn't met him previously before. He was very, very polite. He was very nice. But after I said what I had to say, he put his head down and he started playing with his cell phone. So I said something else. And he, once again, very nice, very polite. And then he put his head down and he started playing with his cell phone. And I said, oh my God, this guy doesn't want to talk to me. You know, I better move back to where I was. We were in kind of a restaurant. But I thought of something else to say. And with that, he says, well, would you like to sit down? So I said, oh yeah, sure. So I sit down at his table. And what does he do? He puts his head down and starts playing with the cell phone. I said, oh my God, look what I did to myself. Never mind, isn't he talking to me, but I'm now sitting at his table, trapped. I better get the heck out of here. And then I sat there a minute, I took a deep breath, and I said, you know what? Go for it, Carol, okay? Just go for it. So I said to him, have you ever been to Long Beach? And he said, no. And I said, either have I. He says, yeah. I said, you want to go? And he says, is that an invitation? I said, yes, it is. And I said, how about if I pick you up in my hot yellow Mustang convertible and we go to the beach? So what I'm saying, ladies, and I'm talking to ladies now too, or to men do it all the time, but if there's somebody that is of interest to you, don't be shy and just go over and at least say hello. And then everyone can get married like Arlene did for the second or third time at 70 years old, if it's something you want to do. And as far as online dating is concerned, I think it's a wonderful way, and you don't have to spend fortunes of money by dating all of these expensive sites where people put you together, Match.com and Horizon and whatever they're called. A man is a man, and a man is a man, and you can find them free on Craigslist. So now we'll talk about money. When I was about 19 years old, first got married, I had a girlfriend that said to me, you know, Carol, no matter what your husband gives you, make sure you put away some for yourself. And I thought, is that the most deceitful thing I ever heard? I was 19. I would never hide anything from my husband. We were a team. You know, I would never do that. But I have to tell you, Cousin Lois was right. Because if anything else, you're going to need it for your teeth. I don't know how nature knows, but you get to be at a certain point of your life and your teeth are going to get very, very old. And you're going to say, I don't know what happened to my teeth. So when that happens, if it happens, and it will happen, no question about that one, you better go right to the dentist because it's not going to get any better. And you might as well pick a cute dentist, or at least one with a good sense of humor. Because you're going to be there for a very, very long time. And there's alcohol. I don't know how many of you have bad habits in this room, but I guarantee everybody has something that they haven't done exactly, you know, the way that their bodies should act. I was never an AA, I was never an alcoholic, but I used to drink, you know, and the next day was miserable for me. But I liked the drinking, and that's all there was to it when I was out having a good time. But this one particular night, I was at a Seder at my mother's house. And I got really drunk on Manischewitz wine. And sitting next to me was my cousin Claire. She was about my age. And she was annoying me. You know, and I didn't want to really be answering all her questions. So I was very rude to her. And when I sobered up, I said to myself, I never want to be like that again. I was always taught to be very, very respectful to our relatives. I apologized to her, and it's been about 15 years. I've never touched alcohol, and I don't miss it at all. So the point is, if you have a bad habit, whether it be overeating, running to the refrigerator at night, staying up late, watching movies, not getting the right amount of sleep, if you're gossiping, stop gossiping. if you're angry at this one and angry at that one. And what about rude? Oh my God. The rudies, I call them in my book. You know, the ones that keep people waiting, that are notoriously late, or the ones that are mean to good, is it bad, whatever it might be. So self-esteem is something, if your parents didn't give it to you way back then, go out and buy some. It's selling at bargain prices these days. Get your self-esteem going. A lot of people don't come into their own until later in life, you know, whatever age, and it makes absolutely no difference. And now we have so much time to come into our own because we're all going to be here till 100 years old. So it's just, what was I going to say? I know, I wanted to say this, that all of these things such as writing or my little singing or talking in front of you didn't happen to me till I was 70 years old. And I could never have imagined that I would have done all these things, right? Children? Never would have happened to me. I wish that people would have a better spirit, because I think that's what it is. My sister Judy has one of the best spirits there is. Nothing gets my sister Judy down. She is just a really up trip. Everybody loves her because she's always happy. She has a beautiful spirit about her. And I think that's what does it for us. I think that's what keeps us going and what sets us apart from the people that are criticizing and hating and ugly and this and boo, boo, boo. If you have a good, happy spirit, you're going to have a good, happy life. Challenge yourself all the time. And I say, I mentioned rest. I think sleep is one of the most important things that we can give to ourselves. I think it's really a vital thing to get the right amount of rest. Drink a lot of water. Water flushes us through. And these are little things, but they really are things that keep us going and healthy. So I say this, when society dictates to us that it's time to slow down, that to me is the time to restart, recharge, and go.
Yes.
I look forward to seeing 100 candles on my birthday. And I want everybody here to feel the same way about their birthday cake. So let's all keep celebrating. And I wish you all a wonderful evening, and I thank you so much for coming.
Don't worry, we're buying it. Absolutely. That's what we're here for, besides having a wonderful evening. And now I would like to turn the rest of the evening over to Jim Malloy, friend and MC for the night, who is going to keep this great evening going on.
Okay.
So thank you.
Hey, let's have another round for Judy. And especially for Carol. There was something she was saying that reminded me that when you're young, as you grow older, your parents become so much smarter. Anyway, listen, I'm going to sing a song for you guys. What am I going to sing? Yeah, I'm going to sing, what were we doing earlier? Well, that was something. For the song in my heart. That's what we're going to do. 3 flats, please. With a song in my heart, I behold your adorable face. Just the sun at the start, and it soon is a hymn to your grace. While the music swells, I'm holding your hand. I'm happy that you are near, and at the sound of your voice, heaven opens its portals to me. Can I help but rejoice that a love such as ours came to be? And I always knew I would live life through with a song in my heart for you. With a song in my heart, I behold your adorable face, just a sound at the start, and it soon is a hymn to your grace. While the music swells, I'm holding your hand. I'm happy, happy that you are near. At the sound of your voice, heaven opens its portals to me. Can I help but rejoice that a love such as ours came to be? And I always knew I would live life through with a song in my heart for you. I am not the only singer of the evening. There is a list, and that list is right there. And we are going to bring up someone that Time Out New York called New York's, I heard it on Jesus. New York's cabaret party and hostess with the mostest. Party girl. Party gal. Randy Miller.
Everybody,
Who are you?
what a sensational performer. I can't heard 35 minutes. I never heard Carol Sue speak.
What a shame.
And I think you really should have your own talk show.
That's right,
I think I should fine, but we should be on the same channel. You're, okay, thank you. You're absolutely awesome and inspirational, and people are living in New York Times. Forget the Alan King joke of survived by his wife, survived by his wife. I keep seeing men and women, I read the obituaries not to be maudlin, but the fact is, everything that Carol Sue said before is totally on target. People are living, you see 101, 103. So ladies, if you think you're going to marry a man and he's going to die in a couple of years, it doesn't work that way anymore. It doesn't work, trust me. I know. Anyway, I'm going to do, because Carol Sue and her, and also we have to thank Judy Davis, who is a great hostess and what a magnificent home. They're the two doyens of style and sass and class in New York, the two sisters. And the family ain't too shabby either. Okay. So I'm going to do this because it's up, and I've been singing, I think I made you 2 up songs because I've been doing these songs since I was at Camp Geneva. Hello, who's that? I can't see. Hello. Oh my gosh, hi.
fine. So I've been doing this since Camp Geneva. In the old days, Marvin Hamlish, who wrote songs for me at camp, also used to accompany me. And we'd never rehearsed, but as soon as I walked in, I thought your husband was only to come back to life. He's such a marvelous musician. All right, so let's do this. Okay. Things look swell. Things look great. Gonna have the whole world on a plate. Starting here, starting now. Honey, everything's coming up roses. Clear the decks, clear the tracks. We got nothing to do but relax. Blow a kiss, take a bow. Honey, everything's coming up roses. Now's our inning. Stand the world on its ear. Set it spinning. That'll be just the beginning. Curtain up, light the lights. We got nothing to hit but the heights. We'll be swell, we'll be great. I can tell, just you wait. That lucky star I talk about is due. Honey, everything's coming up roses for me and for you. You can do it. All you need is a hand. I can do it. Randy is gonna see to it. Daniel is the curtain up. Like the lights. You got nothing to hit but the heights. I can tell. Wait and see. There's that bell. Follow me. And nothing's gonna stop us till we're at the road. Honey, everything's coming up. Roses for me and for you. Thank you. So I'm trying to figure out whether to do a ballad or another upbeat song that I've been singing since Camp Geneva and Star Time and oh God, one of the first songs I ever learned. Wow. Those cupcakes. You are a cupcake. You are so gorgeous. Is she gorgeous? Oh, yeah. All right, let's do it. Yeah, why not? Okay, we're going to do up, 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 up. You gotta have heart. All you really need is heart. When the odds are saying you'll never win, that's when the grin should start. You gotta have hope. Mustn't sit around and hope. Nothing's half as bad as it may appear. Wait till next year. When your luck is bad as yours, get your chin up off the floor. Mister, you can be a hero. You can open any door. There's nothing to it but to do it. You gotta have heart. Miles and miles and miles apart. Oh, it's fine to be a genius, of course, but keep that old horse before the cart. First you gotta have heart. First you gotta have heart. I get the feeling we need to do a sing-along, so follow the bouncing balls. Does anybody have any? Okay. Everybody, you gotta have heart. All you really need is heart. When the odds are saying you'll never win, that's when the grin should start. You gotta have heart. Mustn't sit around and hope. Nothing's half as bad as it may appear. Wait till next year and hope. When your luck is bad as yours. Mister, you can be a hero. You can open any door. There's nothing to
photographer.
Oh.
Coming up.
Boy, you did good. You did good. You all did good.
Okay, he was fantastic.
Wasn't Randy fantastic? Yeah. Tell you what, we're gonna do a duet.
I get no kick from champagne. Mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all. So tell me, why should it be true that I get a kick out of you?
You know, I get no kick from cocaine. I'm sure that if I took one little sniff, it would bore me terrifically too. But I get a kick out of you.
I get a kick every time I see you standing there before me.
I get a kick, though it's clear to me you obviously don't adore me.
Some get a kick in a plane, flying too high with some guy in the sky is my idea of nothing to do. Yet I get a kick out of you. Take it away, Jim.
I get a kick every time I see you standing there before me. I get a kick, though it's clear to me you obviously do not adore me. I get a kick, I get no kick in a plane, flying too high with some gal in the sky is my idea of nothing to do. Oh, I get a kick. Well, I get a kick. I get a kick out of you. You have a single for us, right, Carol? No?
I
Okay.
came a little late. Your mom gave me an
Okay,
invite,
then
but
let's
that's
ask
cleaned up.
Lisa Maxwell,
I don't have no idea. Did he get invited?
okay?
I thought he did.
Okay, she's a
Because
jazz
me and
vocalist
King and Vermont.
and
One was one of my
CMJ,
friends, my
that's
husband,
the,
I thought. But we didn't go as far.
it's
So I
a
said,
rating
"You ever
agency
go up
for
there
college
before?
music.
Look him up."
She's a top 40 vocalist. Where's our Lisa?
You came down to support your mom. Good son. I just like.
Tell us what about when you be here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, there's like cameras
Is,
between
how's the house?
Pardon me?
How's the house in Jersey?
Well, it took a lot. We got my parents back.
A little technical
We
stuff
got
going on.
pretty much. And we were like trying to not quite as good as
There's only one thing to do, to crack your troubles in dreams, and dream your troubles away. Your castles may tumble, that's fair.
too dark.
Life's really funny.
Yeah. If you squint, you'll see what I mean.